let our people know who happen to be the so-called Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans according to election, according to promise from the Most High God, that he's coming back to save his chosen people when he sends his son back to the earth.
Right.
We'll start first by giving all praise and glories unto
Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Harukakudash.
Double honors to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone, which is the doctrine that we come in. And greetings, salutations, and blessings unto the elect, those that give their life for freedom and in spare time making their bodies a living sacrifice to earn their salvation. All right? That are of the lineage of Israel. All right? Shalom unto you. All right, so we got a brother here and you asked a question. Your question was what?
It's the Melchizedek.
Okay. I'm gonna ask you a question, then we'll get into it, okay? How important is that for your salvation?
It seems like it should be very important since I've heard he's Christ. He's the Messiah.
All right. Do you know why? Why he's important?
Because the Messiah is important to our salvation.
Right, but there was something we're gonna get into. Let's start with Genesis. We got Hebrews 7. Yeah. Matter of fact, somebody get whoever got Hebrews 7.
I got Hebrews 7.
Get Hebrews 5.
You want Hebrews 5?
Yeah. I'm gonna look and see exactly where, but you go ahead and read out of Genesis first.
All right, this is Genesis chapter 14, and I'll start at verse 5. It says, and in the 14th year came Chedorlaomer and the kings that were with him, and smote the Rephaims and Ashereth, Carnium, and the Zuzims in Ham, and the Emims in Shavah, Kiriathaim, and the Horites in the Mount Seir unto Al-Paran, which is by the wilderness. And I believe the Emims were basically the Anakims, which were they were giants. Okay, they go back to the Hamites. So basically, this was when Abraham, when he was, he was on his journey to the promised land, the land of Canaan. Mm-hmm. He had before he was able to even get there, he went through trouble. He caught hell even getting there, because the Lord made the promise with him that he was going to give him the land flowing with milk and honey. That was going to be given to his seed and his seed, right? So here it is. He's having an encounter where he's about to fight with these Canaanite kings,
so-called African nations.
Yep.
Who were not the same people.
Yep.
Let me say this right quick, Salah. Which it's also symbolic. Just kind of hit me right now. That's also symbolic that we got to go through troubles and ills to get to that land of milk and honey also. Yeah.
It says, and the Horites in the Mount Seir, which shows you that before Esau came into Mount Seir, before he was given that inheritance, those Horites, which were a family of Canaanites, they dwelt in Mount Seir first. The word Horite, it means cave dwelling. Okay?
They had the caves first.
They had that habitation first.
So are they also Edomites?
No, these were Hamites.
Hamites.
But this was before the Edomites came in there and took that land. The Lord predestined for that land to be given to the Edomites. All right, it says, and they returned and came to.
Like, all this is because it was taken from Canaan because of what he did to Noah. You remember what he did to Noah? Basically, he looked upon his nakedness and went and told his brothers and made jokes about it. And daddy in there drunk as a skunk and he naked. Yeah. Come see. He's like, nah.
Because he was supposed to just, as his brothers did, he was just supposed to bring the blanket or the cloth, and put it on them backwards.
So he dropped it over and covered him up. You're not supposed to look on another man's nakedness. That's in the law. Proving that they had the law written in them back then.
Yeah. And it was more so to it than, even though the Lord did curse Canaan, but them Canaanites, they were known to carry out the different satanic practices that he had Moses tell the children of Israel not to do. They was into incest. They was having, they was sacrificing their children. They was doing all type of satanic rituals amongst themselves. They were witches. So the Lord basically had it to where they was too filthy and unclean to even be on that land, because that land Well, it's the most fertile. It's the best land on the earth.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
And if the earth, for our sakes, we deserve that plot of land.
that's right. So it says, and basically Abraham was on his journey to that land, but he ended up bypassing the land and he came into Egypt. Okay, it says, and they returned and came to Mishpat, which is Kadesh, and smote all the country of the Amalekites and also the Amorites, and dwelt in Hazan Tamar. And there went out of the king of Sodom and the king of Gomorrah and the king of Admah and the king of Zeboim and of the king of Bela.
Those are those 5 surrounding cities that got destroyed with Sodom and Gomorrah.
Yep.
We know that there are wicked practices that was going on in those lands, right?
The same as Zoar, and they joined battle with them, and in the vale of Siddim with Chedorlaomer, the king of Elam, and with title king of nations, and Amraphel, king of Shinar, which Shinar is Babylon. It says, and Arioch, king of Elasar, 4 kings with 5. And the vale of Siddim was full of slime pits, and the kings of Sodom and Gomorrah fled and fell there. And they that remained fled to the mountain. And they took all the goods of Sodom and Gomorrah and all their victuals and went their way. And they took Lot, Abram's brother's son, his nephew, who's dwelt in Sodom, and his goods, and departed. And there came one that had escaped and told Abram the Hebrew, for he dwelt in the plain of Mamre, the Amorite, brother of Eshcol, and the brother of Aner, and these were confederate with Abram. And when Abram heard that his brother was taken captive, meaning his nephew, he armed his trained servants born in his own house, 318, and pursued them unto Dan. And he divided himself against them, and he and his servants by night, and smote them, and pursued unto them,
ambushed them in the middle of the night to go rescue his nephew.
and pursued them unto Hobah, which is on the left hand of Damascus.
You're gonna understand in a minute why he's reading all of this.
And he brought back all the goods, and also brought again his brother Lot, his nephew Lot, and his goods, and his women, and the people.
Hey, he got all the spoils of that too, all the substance from taking that. Okay, so they got all of this stuff happening, but it's gonna get because right now it all seems carnal right now. It's gonna get spiritual in a minute. Okay.
And the king of Sodom went out to meet him after his return from the slaughter of Chedorlaomer and of the kings that were with him, and at the valley of Savah, which is the king's dale. And Melchizedek, king of Salem, brought forth bread and wine, and he was the priest of the Most High power.
So now the priest is involved. He came and blessed him for what he's doing, because he's doing a righteous thing unto the Most High God. How would he know? Because he's the priest.
And this is spiritual in itself, man, because he brought bread and wine to him. Right?
I
He
just
brought
read
bread
this today.
and wine
That's why I can't look at it.
to Abram. Hey, you know, it says, and he blessed them and said, blessed be Abram of the Most High God, possessor of heaven and earth, and blessed be the Most High.
Read that line again.
It says, and he blessed them and said, blessed be Abram of
Blessed
the
be
Most High
Abram.
God.
He's still Abram right now.
Yeah.
Blessed be Abram, servant of the Most High God.
Yep.
Meaning, I come to confirm that Yahweh is with you.
He's that blessed seed,
Yeah.
right? It says, possessor of heaven and earth, and blessed be the Most High power, which have delivered thine enemies into thy hand, and gave him tithes of all. And the king of
He
Sodom,
came and performed the law. He gave him tithes according to the law.
and the king of Sodom said unto Abram, give me the persons, it's a lot. Give me the persons, take the goods to thyself. And Abram said to the king of Sodom, I have lifted up my hand unto the Lord Yahweh, the Most High God, the possessor of heaven and earth, that I will not take from a three even unto a shoe latchet, and that I will not take anything that is thine, lest thou shouldest say, I have made Abram rich. save only that which the young men have eaten, and the portion of the men which went with me, Aner, Eshcol, and Mamre, let them take their portion.
Everybody just divide it up. What we need, divide it up amongst us. We good. We don't need it all.
So basically, the fact that this priest, which he was a king,
Yeah.
the king of what? Salem.
Yeah.
What does the word Salem mean?
It's
It's
peace.
the Hebrew word shalom, which means peace. Now, what are some of the titles that they give the Messiah? The name of the Lord.
Yeah, high priest, the Son of God, the Messiah, Savior.
Get Isaiah 9. Isaiah 9 and start at 6. Isaiah
The
9.
Lamb of God. Give him a lot of titles.
There's some more titles.
Yeah,
We're going to get it in the Old
absolutely.
Testament.
You got it. Yeah. That's how you
It's
do it.
Isaiah chapter 9, verse 6. For unto us a child is born, unto us a son is given,
Prophecy. Right?
and the government shall be upon his shoulder. And his name shall be called Wonderful, Counselor, the Mighty God, the Everlasting Father, the Prince of Peace.
The Prince of Peace. Okay? So it's spiritual, but basically Melchizedek is Yahweh Shai.
Right.
Okay?
It's deeper. We're not gonna go on to that other incarnation.
Right. We can still deal with Melchizedek. The word Melchizedek is from the Hebrew word Malak Tazadak, which means king of righteousness. Go to Jeremiah 23 real quick.
The king of righteousness was also the king of peace.
Right.
So who else held those titles? That's what you're about to get, right?
Yeah, because we need to establish something. Since when did the priesthood ever
Right.
accumulate with the thrones,
Right.
with the king sitting on the throne?
It didn't.
It never happened. Judah, that was the line where you're gonna have the king's gonna come out of the line of Judah. Okay? Melchizedek, he was the figuration of the priesthood joining with the throne.
Right.
Okay? Now, under the old covenant,
No. Ask the question. Don't tell me. Ask the question. Let me ask you.
Go ahead.
So let me ask you this. So what tribe were given to be the priests?
Levi.
Levi. It was only to be a Levi. Right? But he was a priest. Talking about Melchizedek, right? And that's why the brother said what he said, because now he was the figure that opened up the priesthood unto everybody else.
23 and 5.
It's Jeremiah 23 and 5. Behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that I will raise unto David a righteous branch,
David was out of what tribe? Judah.
and the king shall reign and prosper, and shall execute judgment and justice in the earth.
Who is that talking about? The seed, the seed that would come from the line of David, which our Lord Yahweh Shai, he came from the line of David. That's why he is the root and offspring of Jesse. And when it says the branch, it's talking about the Messiah. He was being prophesied about in the Old Testament by the prophets. Okay, so read that again, huh?
And it's Jeremiah 23 and 5. Behold, the days come, saith the Lord Yahweh, that I will raise unto David a righteous branch,
Yep.
and the king shall reign and prosper, and shall execute judgment and justice in the earth.
Yeah. So because remember, when King David became king, the Lord made a promise to him that his throne would never cease. He would always have his throne. But he said that he would raise up his son to sit upon that throne. Go get 2 Samuel, the 7th chapter. And then we're going to go back to that.
And is that the first place where Melchizedek appears in the Bible right there on
Genesis.
14, 15?
Genesis 14, yeah.
12, right?
Yeah.
2 Samuel 7 and 12. Let me make sure. Yeah, it says, and when thy days be fulfilled, that's key. anyway, it says, and thou shalt sleep with thy fathers.
But David get ready to give up the ghost and go back to the spirit world. Go ahead.
It says, and thou shalt sleep with thy fathers. I will set up thy seed after thee. And
who was the seed after him? Solomon. Go ahead.
So, which shall proceed out of thy bowels, and I will establish his kingdom. He shall build an house for my name, and I will establish the throne of his kingdom forever.
Forever.
But Solomon's kingdom didn't reign forever. All right. So keep going, right?
Yeah.
Yep. Verse 14. I will be his father, and he shall be my son. A lot of clues in this, right?
Yeah. Because who's the begotten son of the Most High? Yahweh Shai.
Right.
Go ahead.
It says, if he commit iniquity, which Solomon did.
Solomon, he committed iniquity. Go ahead.
It said, I will chasten him with the rod of men and with the stripes of the children of men.
But did that happen to Solomon?
Right. That's key.
That didn't happen to Solomon. But this is still pertaining to Solomon because it was a figuration of things to come. Okay? And we gonna get to it. It's gonna get
setting
juicy.
all the pieces up.
You know? Go
It
ahead.
said, but my mercy shall not depart away from him.
Why? Because the Lord was gonna give him the sure mercy of David. Go ahead.
As I took it from Saul, whom I put away before thee, and thine house and thy kingdom shall be established forever before thee. Thy throne shall be established forever. Kept repeating that.
Forever and ever, man. Is there a little more?
Yep. According to all these words, and according to all this vision, so did Nathan speak unto David, which was the priest that spoke unto the king.
Prophet.
The prophet that spoke unto the king.
Yep. So go back to Jeremiah 22.
Jeremiah 23 and 6. In his days Judah shall be saved, and Israel shall dwell safely. And this is his name whereby he shall be called, the Lord our righteousness.
Huh.
King of righteousness.
Right. King of right.
So
He's gonna
y'all
be the king
believe
of
that
righteousness.
Solomon was the reincarnation of Yahushua?
Yes. That's exactly what
Basically
we're
what y'all
doing.
saying right here.
That's what Samuel, 2 Samuel was saying.
Matthew 1.
Matthew 1:1.
Go ahead, read.
Matthew 1 and 1, the book of the generation of Yahweh Shai, the son of David.
Son of David. Who's the son of David?
Son of David.
Solomon.
The son of Abraham.
The son of Abraham was who?
Isaac.
Isaac. Well,
Abraham begat Isaac, and Isaac begat Jacob.
that's all you needed.
Right.
What were the generations of our Lord Yahweh Shai, the son of David, the son of Abraham. Okay? So these are all going to play into who this one man spirit is. But that's why I asked you, the first thing I asked you was, what was the significance of Melchizedek? Okay?
Yeah.
All right, so,
But I have one question. Solomon sinned.
right.
Yeah, sure.
Right.
Yahushua did.
Right.
How can y'all explain that?
Okay, hold that. No, wait. Oh, you want to jump ahead and then go back?
What was you gonna have him get?
'Cause I was going to have him going to the priesthood.
What book are y'all in? I'm trying to get it.
Yeah. That depends on where we're about to go right now. Because we can just answer that question, or because I was going to answer it.
Either
we
we
got
got
to.
however y'all want to do.
We're going to get to. Let's stay with where
Go
we're
to
going.
Hebrews.
Dealing with the priest.
Yeah. So that's why I wanted Hebrews 5. It's
Yeah.
like the shortcut.
Hebrews 5 and 5.
I think it was around here, yeah. We started at 5.
Start at 5.
Whichever looks good to you.
This is Hebrews 5 and 5. So also, Yahushua, the Mashiach.
Oh, he might as well read from the top.
Yeah, okay,
He might as well read from the top.
from the top.
Okay.
Because
Hebrews.
it goes into
Yeah.
what the priesthood. What they
Yeah,
have to
right.
do.
That's the part. Yeah, that's the part I needed. Is at the top.
Yeah.
Hebrews 5 and 1. For every high priest
Yeah.
taken from among men is ordained for men and things pertaining to the Most High, that he may offer both gifts and sacrifices for sins.
So the original priests, that was how they had to atone for sins. They had to come with a sacrifice in the Holy of Holies, right? That was what the under the original priesthood, under the old covenant. Go ahead.
who can have compassion on the ignorant and on them that are out of the way?
Hey, because you can't really have compassion on them because they broke the law. You have to execute them by the law. Real quick, I just want to say this real quick. So, if you're a thief, right, and you're stealing because it's funny, and I'm a thief, and but I steal because I'm hungry and I need it. Should we get the same judgment?
No.
You shouldn't. That was the compassion he's talking about. One of them deserves a little more compassion than the other because he's just doing it to be wicked, one of them doing it to feed himself, right? So you can't. But according to the law and the old priesthood, all thieves got judged the same. You know, so that opens that up. But go ahead, bro.
For that he himself,
He kind of missed me on. Where's he at?
Hebrews 5 and 2.
Okay.
For that he himself also is compassed with infirmity, and by reason hereof he hath, as for the people, so also for himself, to offer for sins.
Yep.
And no man taketh this honor unto himself, but he that is called of the Most High.
And he was just as dirty as all the people. He wasn't perfect.
Talking about the priest.
The priests, they were just as filthy. So he had to do his own sacrifices for himself. Because who was above him to do that? Right?
As was Aaron. So also Yahushua HaMashiach glorified not himself to be made an high priest.
He didn't glorify himself to be made a high priest, but he was the high priest. And he was untainted. He was clean.
Yeah.
He was the one that was without sin.
Yeah.
Right? So now there's somebody higher than the priest, the real high priest, that can really give a sacrifice because they're clean.
But he that said unto him, Thou art my son, today have I begotten thee. As he said also in another place, Thou art a priest forever after the order of Melchizedek.
So that opened it up to Yahushua becomes the order of Melchizedek. Because, I'm trying to think how I'm going to answer this.
I mean, this was a king giving tithes to Abraham.
Right.
So he did the job of a priest.
Right.
You know, originally the priesthood, that belonged to the Levites. And after the Lord came and became a sacrifice for the nation of Israel, that opened up the priesthood to all the tribes. That's what he opened up. Okay, and that's under the new covenant.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna have him read the prophecy of it right quick.
Yep.
Exodus 19.
19 and 6.
Exodus 19 and 6. And ye shall be unto me a kingdom of priests.
Kingdom of priests mean a bunch of kings that are also priests.
And a holy nation. These are the words which thou shalt speak unto the children of Israel.
It's a future prophecy because at this time it was still the Levitical priesthood at that point. All right. So there's a prophecy that it would be opened up. Melchizedek helped open that up.
He came to be a figuration of it,
right.
But Melchizedek didn't open it up. But when he came back as Yahushua and became that sacrifice, he opened that up.
So Melchizedek never sinned either, right?
No.
And Christ never sinned, but Solomon did.
Solomon did. Yeah.
Adam did too.
Yeah, man.
So that was it on that, right?
Well, that's a whole nother.
Hey.
This is Hebrews. We're on chapter 5 and verse 7. Who in the days of his flesh, when he had offered up prayers and supplications with strong crying and tears unto him, that was able to save him from death, and was heard in that he feared. Though he were a son, yet learned he obedience by the things which he suffered, and being made perfect, he became the author of eternal salvation unto all them that obey him.
Unto all them that obey him, because all Israel don't obey. He's breaking the laws and becoming premeditated with breaking the laws. Like the wickedness has gone to a whole other level. Keep going.
Called of the Most High and High Priest after the order of Melchizedek.
Who opened that? I don't want to say opened it up. Who was the transfiguration of that being opened up, but Yahushua actually opened it up? When he gave himself up that sacrifice.
Jump to Hebrews 7.
Yeah.
Start at 12. Start at 11 actually.
This is Hebrews chapter 7, verse 11. If therefore perfection, whereby the Levitical priesthood, for under it the people received the law, what further need was there that another priest should rise after the order of Melchizedek, and not be called after the order of Aaron? For the priesthood being changed, there is made of necessity a change also of the law.
So there was basically there was an upgrade in the covenant, if you will, the priesthood, because the Levitical priesthood, it pretty much but they failed. They failed. So the Lord had to make it better by giving us a better sacrifice.
By giving us better promises also. To the 8th chapter.
So basically the order changed. That was the only thing that separated the old covenant from the new covenant.
Let me ask you a question. What was part of that change? Like, what was part of the upgrade that came? Because nobody can keep the law perfectly except Yahushua. So how could other people be judged righteous as their sins being blotted out, to be accepted when you were only by the Old Testament? Right, but there's something else. There's something else now that's the difference. That it didn't take that before, but now, and it's faith. It takes your faith to perform.
You have to give up the sacrifice.
Before, I can't find a turtle dove. Oh man.
Israel was premeditating the sacrifice.
Right.
Yeah, just keep a sacrifice. So after I do this, just in case after I do this, I'm gonna have this sacrifice to offer too, because I just went off.
Or now that I found this sacrifice, I can go do this now, and I got something. They abused the law. But now with this, and that's why when you go to the 11th chapter of Hebrews, it goes so deep into how important faith is. All this is lining up. Did you want to read? Yeah, you got to read more in that 7th chapter.
Yeah.
Did you have precept? Did you? I got Revelation 5.
Yeah, hold that. Yeah, hold that. Finish that, bro. Yeah.
This is verse 13. For he of whom these things are spoken pertained to another tribe, of which no man gave attendance at the altar. For it is evident that our Lord sprang out of Judah.
He's a new priest, but he's out of Judah. He's not what the old ones were. From Levi.
Of which tribe Moses spake nothing concerning priesthood. And it is yet far more evident, for that after the similitude of Melchizedek, there ariseth another priest, who is made not after the law of carnal commandment, but after the power of an endless life. For he testified, thou art a priest forever after the order of Melchizedek.
Read down to 27.
Y'all in Hebrews?
Hebrews 7.
7.
Verse 27. Who needed not daily.
Where did you leave off at?
Verse 17.
17. Yes. Jump to 20, and then just read down to 27.
Verse 20. And as much as now without an oath, he was made priest. For those priests were made without an oath.
No, it's like, I need you to read 18 and 19 also.
Okay,
Because it's going to show you how that happened.
For there is,
or why it happened.
For there is barely,
it's verse 18, right?
Yes, a disannulling of the commandment.
You're taking the power out of that commandment. Okay, but the commandment was given to the Levites to be the priests. Now the power has been taken out of that. Because they failed, like Paul said, they failed at it. That's what I'm talking about, right?
Going before for the weakness and unprofitableness.
Hey, man, you a Levite, you know, I messed up, but I saw you the other day mess up. Let me slide you a little something, and we be, you know, like he was a regular man. The priest was a regular man too that was making
Yeah,
mistakes.
we had
Now in
wicked
the
priests.
government.
Yeah.
We had wicked
Right.
priests that were being, bribed, and
Yep.
that was allowing Israel to secretly sacrifice, and some of them was even secretly sacrificing to idols and devils.
Yep.
You know, so the Lord had to change this up. Like,
Like, this system ain't working.
yeah.
For the weakness and unprofitableness thereof.
For the weakness and unprofitable, they have stony hearts too. You know, they were not perfect with perfect judgment either. Yeah. Go ahead, bro.
For the law made nothing perfect.
The law, and then we get back because the old priesthood, the Levitical priesthood, made the law couldn't be kept perfectly, so it made nothing perfect. Huh?
You okay with
Hold on, we gonna get to go ahead, bro.
But the bringing in of a better hope, by the which we draw nigh unto Yahweh Shai.
This Hebrews 8 and 6. But now hath he obtained a more excellent ministry, by how much also he is the mediator of a better covenant.
Our new high priest, even though he's not of the Levites, he is a better mediator of a better covenant. So first off, he lived a life dealing with, sin. He was able to be tempted by sin, but he passed that. The old Levitical priesthood, they didn't pass it. They tempted by it and they failed, like everybody else, right? But now it's a better ministry, but established upon better covenant, better promises. Because now it don't have the whole nation don't have to make it. Only the elect can now make it, which makes them the good people that are in the Most High's hand that can't be plucked out. They're the ones that are going to make it. Because there's just some wicked seeds in our nation that without the laws being put without the Spirit being put in us for the new covenant, they would never perform it. They will never perform it. Some of us could get close, but some of them are just terrible. So the new covenant is going to clean all this up. But we needed somebody worthy of that to be able to do that. So stop right there. Go ahead, bro.
This is verse 20.
Back in 7, yeah.
And inasmuch as now without an oath, he was made priest.
Uh-huh.
For those priests were made without an oath. But this with an oath by him that said unto him, the Lord sware and will not repent. Thou art a priest forever after the order of Melchizedek.
And that was in Psalm 110. Well,
By so much was Yahweh Shai made a surety of a better testament.
that's what we were talking about in the 8th chapter. Go ahead.
And they,
Let me say something real quick. Because he said the author of a better testament, right? Now, when Yahweh Shai, when he sat with his disciples, what exactly were they doing when he told them this is a New Testament? I'm saying, like, when they had the Passover, that final Passover, and they was having the final Passover, and
Talking about the Passover outside of Exodus, outside of
I'm talking about to the Messiah, when the Messiah was on the scene, right
Last
before he
Supper.
was about to get crucified, and
So
he had his last Passover with his apostles. They were eating, right? Now, what did they have at this Passover? What did they have at that Passover?
unleavened bread, wine.
There
Bread
you
and
go.
wine.
Bread and
What
wine.
did- what did,
But it was unleavened, of course.
Right.
But when he had them break it and eat it, that was representing his body.
Yeah.
The body is what? This knowledge, this word. Okay, this is the known as the bread of life. And then the blood was what? The blood of the New Testament. You drink this blood, for this is the blood of a new covenant, a New Testament. So that's how you know he's the one that opened up for the new covenant, for us all to be priests.
That's why he said it was so spiritual that he offered it. What did he give unto him?
He
Wine
gave
and
Abram
bread.
wine and bread.
He gave to Abraham wine and bread.
Oh, I've already done all that. That's why I didn't mail it to you.
Hebrews 9 and 11. But Yahweh Shai being come and high priest of good things to come by a greater and more perfect tabernacle, not made with hands. This is to save, not of this building.
Yep.
Yep. That's right. So it's new and upgraded. It's better now.
Yep.
Okay. Now we don't have
still
to.
gonna get another covenant though, right?
Well, the new
That's what the new one is,
covenant, the
yeah.
new covenant is going to be finalized when He actually write the law, statutes, commandments in us, in our inward parts, and that's going to happen ultimately when He comes back and we become changed.
Yeah.
You know, we come up out of these sinful bodies.
Not quite. Because it's something we talked about earlier. We're about to get to it.
Hebrews
Jump down.
7, right?
Yeah, you can jump down.
I'm on verse 23. You want me to
Just read
Go ahead.
Verse 23. And they truly were many priests, because they were not
Let me tell you something, bro. Great Millstone, we don't move on, bro. We get the meat all off. Come on. We got to get it all off so we get the full understanding. There might be something in one of these other verses that make it all click.
Yeah.
That's how we were talking. And this
It's
is the
still
reason why I'm
confusing,
talking.
you know. It's still. I'm gonna have to go home and read it, kind of like now that I'm getting information.
Okay.
And I'm sure it'll come to.
We'll tie it all in just a minute.
because they were not suffered to continue by reason of death. But this man, because he continued ever, had an unchangeable priesthood. Wherefore he is able also to save them to the uttermost that come unto the Most High by him, seeing he ever liveth to make intercession for them.
Hey, because he got the victory over death. So, you know, like the priesthood was passed down because somebody would die. This man lived through all of that. He don't die. Come on, bro. Let's go tie it all in line.
For such an high priest became us, who is holy, harmless.
Hey, now we get to be on that high level like the priests. We ain't got to be like regular men dealing with the regular. We got to live on that high priestly level. That's why I had to read Exodus 20, 19, and 6. Because now we got to be a kingdom of priests. Where everybody's living righteously like the priests were supposed to live. But we're also going to be kings with all the blessings that come with that. Go ahead, bro. This is why, because Melchizedek, like the brother said, was both.
Undefiled, separate from sinners,
Yep.
and made higher than the heavens.
That's talking about Yahweh Shai.
Yep.
Okay.
But he's gonna be joint heirs with that also.
Yeah.
Be on that level also.
Who needed not daily, as those high priests, to offer up sacrifice, first for his own sins, and then for the people's.
Wait. What do you mean first for his own sins? What sins?
Who are you talking about?
Talking about Yahweh Shai, who needed not daily for someone else to offer up first for his own sins and then for the people's. Right.
So
But he did that as Solomon.
You said it earlier.
So when he read it, he's gonna say.
Going back to 2 Samuel.
Right.
What did the Lord said? If my son commit iniquity,
he will be
I will beat him with the stripes of men.
Yup.
Solomon didn't get beat with the stripes of men.
But Jesus did.
Right. But he seemed like he didn't deserve that, right?
Yeah.
But he did deserve it because of what he did as Solomon. Just like it said in 2 Samuel. Read what it says though. But look how wonderful
It's
this
heavy
is.
right here. I
Yeah.
didn't even
You
catch
asked a
all
heavy
of this.
question. You asked a heavy question.
I didn't know that. It was that heavy.
Yeah. That's why I asked you, how important is it to your salvation?
I had heard that Melchizedek was Christ before he was Christ, before he was Yahweh.
Right.
And I had also heard he was Solomon. So I couldn't confirm it through the word. So I figured I'd come to y'all and bring it to y'all.
That's what we're doing. We're showing you all of it. Finish that verse, bro.
Verse 27.
Start at 27, talk 27.
Who needed not daily, as those high priests, to offer up sacrifice, first for his own sins, and then for the people's.
That's what the priests had to do. They had to sacrifice for their own and then for the rest of us.
For this he did once,
So this Yahweh Shai did once.
when he offered up himself.
He got crucified.
Yeah. So that was for what he did as Solomon as well as for all Israel to be able to come back to the Most High.
And not just Solomon.
Right.
Adam too.
Yeah.
So you saying Adam was also?
Yes.
Yeah,
First we got
Go to Luke real quick. Go to Luke the 3rd chapter when it goes into the lineage of Mary. Go into that real quick.
Yeah.
Let's establish something. And then somebody can get 1 Corinthians 15.
Yep.
Yep, I was thinking that.
Well, even Isaac was like called his first son. So
they're all
you're
the
not
same.
gonna say he was
And
Yahweh
there's
too.
no new.
Yeah, he was.
That's what I. That's why I had to
Matthew
read.
1.
That's why I had to read Matthew
Can I
1.
bring out a precept right before you go? Exodus chapter 20, verse 5. Thou shalt not bow thyself to them, nor serve them. For I, the Lord, thy power, am a jealous power, visiting the iniquities of the fathers upon the children unto the 3rd and 4th generation of them that hate me. So that goes into reincarnation. So Yahweh Shah had to be under that law, Exodus 20 and 5, because he went off of Solomon, he went off of Adam. So he still falls under the Most High's law, So he got basically punished for his sins as being Solomon Adam when he came back as Yahweh Shah.
And there were two. Basically, what he did in those 2 incarnations was pretty grave because major things occurred from them sinning. Under Adam, basically death came into the world. After Adam sinned, because he followed his woman Eve, who was beguiled by the serpent, we had to learn wickedness, and then we became evil by nature, so we start to sin.
Okay. I just want to ask
Yep.
one question. Was that serpent a serpent, or was it Satan?
That was a man.
Okay, I
That was a
just make
man.
sure we on the same
Hey,
page.
that's Christianity. That's
Yeah, I didn't believe it. I
them
was like,
Christians,
you said
yeah, they-
serpent, so
yeah.
I just want to make sure.
we don't have the Christian mindset
Right.
to interpret it like that.
Yeah. Well, how should I call them generational vipers?
Exactly,
Serpent.
exactly.
Generational vipers. So
But we're talking about their type of spirit they have. The poison. Their poison is the poison of adders and asses. Not talking about the venom, the philosophies they'll throw at you. It's all connected that way. But people want to see. Snake Cobra Commander came and G.I. Joe. Thinking like that.
Right. So as Adam, he transgressed. So therefore, we have to taste of death ever since that happened. Okay, and then down the line, you had the sons of God, which those sons of God were actually the men. They were men, descendants of Adam. They were Adamites, but they were of the chosen line before they eventually became Israelites later. Okay,
I gotta say this because we talk about reincarnation, right? That which has been is that has already been, and that which shall be have been of old time. So those people were always on the planet, but there was always something special about them. But they had gone through I don't want to say ritual, the whole scenario to make them into the Israelites. Okay, so
that was the same lineage.
that's what I'm saying.
So
They just had been through the whole process that it takes to where God chose them directly.
They weren't a nation like
Right, they weren't created as a nation at that point, but they had those same spirits.
you go read it. Just go to Lamentation. It's a Lamentation. Luke 3.
38.
Like start up a few verses.
Yeah. Son of Jacob.
Start with Jacob.
It's Luke 3 and 34, which was the son of Jacob.
No, this is Salaki, but this is talking about the lineage of Mary. Yeah, Mary. It's going into her lineage, how she goes back to the same tribe. But it's going to all tie back. But it's going backwards. And Matthew went forward for Joseph, and this way is going backwards. Go ahead.
Luke 3 and 34, which was the son of Jacob, which was the son of Isaac, which was
Jacob being the son of Isaac. Go ahead.
which was the son of Abraham,
He was the son of Abraham. Go ahead.
which was the son of Terah,
Terah, which is Terah, Abraham's father. Go ahead.
which was the son of Nachor, which was
Nahor. Go ahead.
which was the son of Saruk,
Saruk. Yep. Go ahead.
which was the son of Ragu,
And all these different names, you can read it in Genesis, the 5th chapter, when it talks about the sons of Adam.
Yep.
All right, you had
This is Mary and
Adam and Eve had Cain and Abel, and we know Cain was wicked. Abel was righteous, but he got slew. But they after that happened, Eve and Adam, they came together and brought forth Seth. And Seth continued the line of the righteous line of Adam. Though that was the lineage of the sons of God. So let's continue.
which was the son of Phaleg, which was the son of Eber,
Eber, which is where Hebrew, the word Hebrew comes from Eber. Ibar.
Came from where? The word Hebrew came from.
It came from Eber.
Ibar.
All right.
It's the past.
Yep.
which was the son of Salah.
That's why they call Abram a Hebrew, because he's a descendant of Eber. Because Eber was part of that lineage, that line of the sons of God. Go ahead.
which was the son of Salam,
Uh-huh.
which was the son of Canaan, which was the son of Arphaxad,
Yep.
which was the son of Shem,
Yep.
which was the son of Noah,
Which is the son of Noah. Go ahead.
which was the son of Lamech,
Lamech, go ahead.
which was the son of Methuselah,
Methuselah, go ahead.
which was the son of Enoch,
Yep.
which was the son of Jared, which was the son of Maliliel, Maliliel, which was the son of Canaan, which was the son of Enos, which was the son
That
of
was a
Seth,
righteous Canaan, not an Hamite Canaan, a different Canaan.
which was the son of Seth,
Which was the son of Seth, the one that replaced Abel. Go ahead.
which was the son of Adam,
Which was the son of Adam. So we at the beginning now. Go ahead.
which was the son of Yahweh.
Which was the son of the Most High.
So who else was
Now
the
go
son of
now
the
now go to Matthew 1:1 again.
Right.
This is Matthew, verse 1 and 1. This the book of the generation of Yahweh Shai, the son of David, the son of Abraham.
So and these two men are part of that line of the sons of God. Okay. So basically Yahweh Shai, he was the first Adam. All right. Now I don't know if somebody 1 Corinthians 15. 1 Corinthians 15 and around
30 something, 40, late 30s.
Or preach the Bobcat.
22.
Not up here.
Yeah, here today.
But I got
No,
it.
he not.
I got it.
We got a new doctrine.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's
And
right.
that's the house of Israel. We break
Yeah,
millstone.
yeah.
Oh, that's different. Oh, it's different. It's different.
Yeah, different.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah, I
different.
didn't know that. It was all one tribe. God said, stop bickering over the tribe and come together and take care of the job.
We gotta,
You know what
we all
I'm
gotta believe the same thing
saying?
though.
Real talk.
Where's that in the scripture?
Huh?
Where's that in the scripture?
That's a fact, bro. You don't even need the scripture to tell you that common sense. He said, stop bickering over the tribe. That's what split us up. That's what split us up. The devil tampered with them scriptures. The devil came in and tampered with
All
that.
right. Let's continue. Let's get back to the
original Bible was written by the black man.
You got it. You got it. All right, go
This
ahead.
1 Corinthians 15 and 45. And so it is written, the first man Adam was made a living soul, the last Adam was made a quickening spirit.
Read that again.
And so it was written, the first man Adam was made a living soul, and the last Adam was made a quickening spirit.
That's right.
They
Okay.
come together and
So
do
he
it.
was
We're
he was
gonna
the first Adam.
You know what the devil doing?
But when
Come
he
together
came
as
back
what?
as Yahweh Shai,
Come
he was
together as
what?
what,
He was
black
a
man?
quickening spirit. You know.
Hey, come together as one.
All right.
Don't bicker over the tribe. Hey,
Yes. Anyway, go from there to Romans
that
5.
jacket, guy.
Jake is bugged out,
Huh?
man.
That's all. of
Sometimes
it,
Jake,
guy.
you gotta, you know, you gotta let Jake go, man.
Bloods
They're
and
going.
Crips,
You know.
CDs, disciples,
Go ahead,
Christ
now.
Lords,
Yeah,
the
five,
tribes, God. Come together.
5 and
Take care of
start
the
at
tribe. Know what the devil's doing.
start at
You know,
17.
that
God.
kind of is true. We do have to come together.
No. Listen to what the devil just told you.
You know what I mean?
That's the devil. That was the devil.
They come with the
Well, let me
wicked
ask
one.
you a question.